I'm here at M&R Equipment in Hermitage, Pennsylvania. This is a huge tractor and equipment dealer in this area. It's got both Kubota and John Deere lines. So we're going to take a walk, take a look around. Joe, the sales manager, has given me permission to look at these tractors and do some recordings. So this is a Kubota L47 series. It has a front end loader as well as a 10-foot backhoe on this tractor. Just taking a look at the operator station here, you'll notice it has actually two areas. There's the forward facing area where you've got your dual brakes separated left and right. There's that treadle style pedal that I mentioned in my John Deere video. I can put a link up above to that video, but you see how that pedal on the same pedal is both forward and reverse. So on this tractor, you push your foot forward to go forward, and you either use your heel to go backwards or you have to slide your foot back to push backwards on the same pedal. No, I've never used this system, so I'm not sure whether I'd like it or not. I do know that I really like the John Deere system, which is the two-pedal system. So on this L47, just to show you some of the controls, here on my left-hand side is the parking brake. To engage, it just lifts, and then you push the button to disengage. This is your four-wheel drive. So right here, as shown, the differential is not engaged for the front wheels, but when pushed down, it locks that differential, so you'd be in four-wheel drive. This is your rear differential lock with your heel, just pushing it down, and that locks both or the rear tires. This is your hydraulic raise and lower speed of the implement. Again, it does have the dual brakes. They can be separated. Right now they're linked together. This is the PTO engage. It's a little bit different than what I'm used to on the John Deere. On this one, off is as shown. To turn it on, you push down and turn, and that locks the PTO on. Then to disengage, you just swivel it back. So that's a little bit different than what I'm used to. And then this is your engine speed. Fast and slow. And you can see this L47 doesn't have the full enclosed cab, but it does have the roof with lights. And as we talked about, the lights high up are key for doing your loader work, because the lights on the front of the tractor often get blocked by the loader when you raise and lift. This does have the 10-foot backhoe. You can see it has the outriggers attached, and it's attached to the frame. It uses the swivel seat, and then your backhoe controls are here. This has the R4 industrial tires on it. You can buy these tractors with the R1 agricultural, the turf tires, or these R4. The R4 are certainly the most popular because they're kind of a hybrid in between the agricultural tire and the turf tire. So that's the L47. So you can see the significant size difference between the MX 5200 and that L47 we were just talking about. Everything is larger. The front tires are significantly larger, the rear tires are significantly larger. They're actually the different pattern of the R4 industrial tire, and the tractor itself is quite a bit larger. So just for reference, the L47 compared to an MX 5200. So here's the size comparison between the BX23S with an L340 loader and the MX 5800 behind it. You can see that's a much larger discrepancy in size. You can see this is a very small subcompact tractor, only 23 horsepower, Much simpler to get on and off. A single step, there's no side step. They have separated the forward and reverse pedals. So much like the John Deere, it's still the treadle system you see when you push this one, the rear raises. When you push the rear, the front raises. So they're still attached, but they are totally separate pedal platforms. A single brake rather than dual brakes. This does have the easy disconnect front end loader. So one lift of a handle and one clip up, and you're releasing all of the hydraulic lines all at once. Here's your throttle, ignition, your display cluster. This does have a tilt steering, easier to get on and off. Moving beside me here, the seats do have armrests, which is nice. This is your joystick control for the front end loader. Your drive range, only 2 ranges on the small BX series, slow and fast, or low and high. This is your 4-wheel drive engage. We're in 2-wheel drive here, 4-wheel drive down below. Implement raise and lower. You'll see compared to the L series, there's not the detents that hold you in a specific position. It's a little bit more of a guessing game here. And this is your fuel fill. This is a diesel tractor. This does have a small backhoe attached to it. And again, the seat swivels and you control from the same operator station the backhoe. These raise and lower your outriggers. These control the curl and lift of the backhoe. We'll come around to the other side. On this side, you have a small toolbox with power point, so you can do your charging or run any 12-volt device. You could have a spotlight. It does have a cup holder. PTO engage can be rear only, middle and rear, or middle only. And this engages your PTO. Here the PTO is off. If you move forward and lock in place, the power takeoff is on. So this is just a quick overview, quick walk around to the BX23S, a great little tractor for a small piece of property that you're maintaining. This tractor can have a mid-mount mower on it, and it does have the easy height adjustment of that mower deck. Rear tires on this small BX tractor are a 26 by 12 by 12, and the fronts, very small, like what you'd see on a garden tractor, are a 27 by 14 tire. Standing beside the backhoe of that BX23S tractor, and it's the BT603. You can see how small this backhoe is. Very small bucket, very small reach. So you'd need to consider that if you're considering this for your backhoe operations. I'm not sure. So here's an example side by side of the difference between the R4 industrial tire and the R1 agricultural tire. You'll notice that on these tractors the R4 is much wider, the lugs are much thicker, so they'd wear a lot longer. While the agricultural tire, the tires are narrower, the lugs are deeper, and the bars are thinner. So this would actually do a lot better in wet or mud, but wouldn't hold up as long as the industrial. So you can see if you were in a muddy situation, certainly the agricultural tires would be much better than the industrial tires. So here's an L6060 Kubota tractor, so still in the L series range, but you'll see it does have the full enclosed cab. And that enclosure would include a radio, air conditioning, heat, windshield wiper, front, and the windows do open for ventilation. We are still at M&R Power Equipment in Hermitage. This John Deere 2025R. Wanted to show you the newest style of turf tires. These are a little bit different than what turf tires have been for decades. You'll see they're a little bit thicker lugs, deeper lugs. Here's your diesel fuel fill. There's a gauge here for that fuel fill. Sometimes it's on the cluster. You'll see on the newest of these 2025Rs, it's just a gauge in front of the fuel fill. Here's your power takeoff location, rear, mid and rear, and middle. Middle is at 2100 RPMs, rear is at 540 RPMs. Dual hydrostatic range, low and high. We do have some lights here on the fenders. A single brake. Here's your light controls. Headlights, hazards, turn signals, tilt steering wheel, gauge cluster. Still have locking rear differential with a heel press. Do have a mid-mount mower height adjustment for your deck. Looks like a comfortable seat with seat belt, ROPS system. Take a look at the 3-point hitch. This is a category 1 3-point hitch. Here's your power takeoff at the rear. Moving around to the driver's right-hand side of the tractor. This is your implement raise and lower. So this raises and lowers the arms on the 3-point hitch. We do have a 12-volt power point, storage cubby, cup holder with handle, joystick control for if you had a front end loader. This one does not have a front end loader on it, but it could certainly be added. Throttle control, PTO electronic engage switch, on and off, ignition, parking brake, and cruise control speed. We do, in John Deere typical fashion, have the separate forward and reverse pedals. And here's your hydraulic ports for if you did have that front end loader, that's where it would connect hydraulically. There's a toolbox on the front of this John Deere. So here's the John Deere 2025R, just like we looked at before, but this one has the 120R front end loader on it and the R4 industrial tires. So same tractor, but this one has the loader, R4 tires, and when you get the front end loader, a lot of people have the front end brush guard. Right now I'm looking at a John Deere 2038R, so this would be a 38 horsepower 2 Series John Deere compact tractor. This one has the 220R front end loader. It has R4 industrial tires. We'll just walk around the controls here. Here are the hydraulic connections for your front end loader. And look at this, this is really nice. Easy dipstick removal, you don't have to open the hood. You've got access to it quickly to check your oil level. Forward and reverse. Throttle control. Here's your auto throttle. What that does is allows the engine to run at the RPMs necessary to move at the speed you want. Lights. Joystick control. Locking draft of the 3-point hitch. PTO engage, seat belt, ROPS. On this 2 Series, we're still a category 1 3-point hitch. Again, all R4 tires, diesel fuel fill, a nice cubby here with power point, push button controls now for your turn signals, hazards, and your lights. Lights are a knob control. Tilt steering. And on the 2 Series we step up to independent rear brakes. Now these can be locked together, so you'd be braking at the same time, or independently to help you with sharp turns. And then the last thing here, we do have parking brake, your rear differential lock. 4-wheel drive is a pull handle on this series. Adjustable seat. 2-range hydrostatic transmission, low and high range. And then this lever is your PTO rear, mid and rear, or mid only. Something else a little bit different about this John Deere 2 Series, it has a separate seat for when you're operating the backhoe, so you're not flipping or swiveling that operator seat for the tractor all the time. This one, you just tip up the operator seat for the tractor, put down the operator seat for the backhoe, and you're sitting operating your backhoe. There's a step up to that platform. You can see the outriggers down here. Hello, I'm sitting between 2 John Deere 3 Series here. This is the 3025E, 25 horsepower, 300E front end loader, versus the R. This is a 3039R, 39 horsepower with a 320R front end loader. You'll see there's a size difference in the tires and the stance of the tractor. The E front end loader does not remove from the tractor. It's not a quick disconnect. Whereas the R front end loader does have the quick disconnect. You'll see here's the point where it sits on the back, on the ground in the back, and then it sits on the loader in the front. Hydraulic connections. And then a lot of the same controls we've seen on the smaller series. Independent forward and reverse pedals. Joystick control for the front end loader. We did move our instrument light control to the right hand side. Throttle control is here. Tilt steering. Ignition's dead center. PTO engage. Power point. Some cubbies. Some additional controls for speed and auto throttle, cruise control. Your draft control for your 3-point is here, and that is a locking feature. Move around the back, you'll see it's a little bit different 3-point setup, a little thicker metal. Your bigger R4 tires. Again, John Deere has this nice cubby. We've got 3 speed ranges. They call it A, B, and C. You'd be low, neutral, mid, and high. 4-wheel drive, parking brake, locking rear differential, and again separate brake pedals. So you can do together or independent braking. So that's just a quick walk around today of the John Deere 3039R and some other tractors here at M&R Power Equipment. We appreciate them letting us come out and take a look around today, do some videoing, and show you the differences between the sizes of the John Deere and the Kubota tractors. Just a reminder out there, we are doing our milestone giveaways coming up. So once we reach 250, 500, and 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away prizes.